nation. Hebrew kingdom building.
Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Ishar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, with Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Pelet, sons of Reuben, took men. And they rose up before Moshe with some of the children of Israel, 250 elders of the congregation, representatives of the congregation, men of renown.
All right, so you had this dude named Korah. He's the son of Ishar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi. So he's the son of Ishar. So he come from the same lineage as Moshe, their first cousins. So he's probably about not too far in age from Moshe. They probably he's an elder. He's older. You know, Moshe was about 80 at this time, maybe a little older. Actually, this was further into the wilderness period. I'll take that back. So he actually probably was a lot older. So I looked at some estimates. They believe this was roughly about, 10 to 20 years in the wilderness, but basically. But I don't know. They don't say the time. So you got Kohath, the first cousin, and then he got some Akim that was with him. He had some Akim that was with him. So you look at Reuben. They were right by. They were right by where they were camped close to each other. Verse 2. So what did they do? Yep, let's go read it. Yep.
Verse 2. And they rose up before Moshe with some of the children of Israel, 250 leaders of the congregation, representatives of the congregation, men of renown.
So that word for congregation basically means like witnesses. Edah. So let's keep going. Verse 3. They're men of renown. They're famous. They're chosen people. These are not normal people. These are people of renown who had status, who were leaders in the assembly. Let's keep going.
Verse 3. They gathered together against Moshe and Aharon and said to them, you take too much upon yourselves, for all the congregation is Kodesh, every one of them, and Yahuwah is among them.
So basically what he's saying is that so they was able to get together a congregation, basically. It's like they had their own gathering within the nation. And they probably were planning this out for a long time. So if you look at the chapter right before this, go to chapter 15 real quick to get a kind of an idea of what transitioned into this. Let's start with verse 32.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 32. Now while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks on Shabbat. And those who found him gathering sticks brought him to Moshe and Aharon and to all the congregation. They put him under guard because it had not been explained what should be done to him. Then Yahuwah said to Moshe, the man must surely be put to death.
You hear that? So the man was gathering sticks on the Shabbat. He might have been gathering logs. He might have been gathering staves on the Shabbat. And they was like, man, look here. You can't be doing that on Shabbat. The Most High said not to do that. So they held him in custody to inquire to the Most High on what to do. And Yahuwah said that he had to die. That he must put him to death, and that the whole assembly shall stone him outside the camp. Verse 36, so what happened? Read it.
Verse 36. So as Yahuwah commanded Moshe, all the congregation brought him outside the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died.
Now listen, I'm sure there were people that were like, man, come on, man. The dude he just made a mistake, man. Come on, man. Man, it's some foolishness, man. They done killed. Ray. For gathering sticks on the Shabbat. I mean, I know it's against the commandments, but come on, man, he made a mistake. Like, you gonna kill him for that? I can see Korah and them when that went down. They was like, oh yeah, Moshe he tripping for real. Nah, man, he tripping. They just saw Nadab and Abihu. They saw Nadab and Abihu get killed. They were probably blaming that on Moshe. Man, Nadab and Abihu, he cooler than the Eleazar. They was cooler than the Eleazar on them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, this Moshe dude, man, this ain't it, man. He gonna mess around and get us all cut down out here. So that's what happened in the previous chapter, y'all. Before this incident with Korah took place. Then right after that happened with the sticks and the dude died, it goes into what? Yeah, it goes into the fringes. So there's a commandment to wear fringes so that you remember the commandments, right? Why you gotta wear fringes? To remember the commandments? I can remember them without wearing fringes. What that gonna matter? I'm through. I can put. Why? That all that work. I'm gonna have to get my Isha to sit down. She's gonna have to figure out and learn how to sew that. Moshe, he always he's trying to lord over us, man. He always got these new things he's trying to make us do. Like, this just ain't it, man. Nadab and Abihu done got killed. Ray done got killed. Quita and them, her son, Quita's son got killed when he went against the Egyptian. I mean, when he went against the Israelite. It didn't take all that. The dude was young. Like, man, kids do crazy stuff. Why you have to stone them for that? If that was me, it wouldn't have went down like that. That's not love. That's not the love of the Most High. The Most High is not just with Moshe. He with all of us. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is real. Why was Korah and them able to get 250 people to roll with him? Y'all, stuff was going down in this wilderness, and it was all Yahuwah. But Yahuwah did it all through Moshe, though. See what I'm saying? So it's hard for people if they don't have the discernment and they don't know how to trust Yahuwah and trust the people Yahuwah set up. They're gonna be looking at Moshe. And coming against Moshe, not realizing that they coming against Yahuwah because that was all Yahuwah's called, all those things. Let me tell y'all something. Most of us wouldn't have judged those matters like that. No, I would say almost all of us would not have judged none of those matters like that. We wouldn't have. That's why you can't lean on your own understanding when it comes to judgments. You can't. You can't be like, man, that wasn't the Most High. Nah, man, because if that was me, I wouldn't have did that. It don't make sense for that to have went down like that. Because if that was me, I would have had love and gave hugs and just gave him another chance. This dude here tripping. He's just trying to lord over the people. Let's go to number 16. Let's get it.
Numbers chapter 16, verse 3.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. The golden calf incident. How all them got killed, but Aaron's still here. Aaron's still here. Yeah, that's Moshe's brother. How come Aaron's still here? Nah, that ain't Yahuwah. Nah, man. Nah, this dude tripping. He favoritism, fam. Favoritism. How you gonna kill all them people, but Aaron's still here? He was right there with them. He the one who made the golden calf. How he still here? Favoritism. Most of y'all would have been like that that's why you gotta trust Yahuwah. You don't know what's going on. You veering into stuff out of your realm because you using your own understanding, and now you finding yourself going against Yahuwah. 99.9% of the people would have been accusing Moshe of showing favoritism over that incident with the golden calf incident. For real. For real. Yahuwah, he'll do stuff on purpose. Just to test. Just to test. He'll make a situation seem like there's favoritism on purpose. He'll do that. He'll do that. Just to sift out certain people. All right, y'all on chapter 16? Okay, now that we kind of took that little quick break, that's not a break, I don't know what you call it, detour, yeah, it'll help paint a picture on why Korah and them were doing what they were doing and saying what they were saying. Y'all, I know y'all is looking at Korah like, man, he was wrong, he's a rebel, man, we gotta look at ourselves, man. Most people would get caught up in that same rebellion, would have been swallowed up with them. Because when you submit it, you don't even, when you're really submitted, you don't get intertwined. Do you think let me give y'all an example. No, it's not a Thube example. You don't concern yourself with something that's not your realm. If the Most High didn't appoint you to judge and to do those things, why would you try to play Mr. Judge and go in there and think you know more than the people who are appointed as judges? Why would you do that? Get what I'm saying? This is the reality. The Most High didn't appoint you as the judge, so don't worry about what don't concern yourself with the judgments that the judge makes. You know what happens? If the judge makes a wrong judgment, you got to trust that the Most High will handle that. That's not your concern. It's out of your realm. It's out of your lane. You don't know the ways of Yahuwah. You don't know his thoughts. You just don't. And to try to think that you can figure that out is pride. To think you know more than the judges Yahuwah set up in a certain situation, that's called prideful. And that's how people get caught up. That's how people get caught up. Let's go. Come on. So let's read verse 3 again.
Yes, sir. Numbers chapter 16, verse 3. They gathered together against Moshe and Aharon and said to them, "You take too much upon yourselves, for all the congregation is Kodesh, every one of them, and Yahuwah is among them. Why then do you exalt yourselves above the assembly of Yahuwah?"
So this is just very interesting to me because, keep going.
Verse 4. So when Moshe heard it, he fell on his face. And he spoke to Korah and all his company, saying, "Tomorrow morning Yahuwah will show who is his and who is Kodesh."
All right, so listen to this now. Now think about Moshe's response. Think about Moshe's response. He didn't try to debate with him. He didn't say, "Man, all this out and done, man. It was the Most High who made the judgment. It wasn't me, man. I got to do whatever Yahuwah tell me to do, man. Look, man. No, I'm not taking too much upon myself, man. I'm just doing the will of the Most High, man. You don't remember when Papa, what's her name, man, came and then I had spread everything out with the 70 elders. What's his name? Yethro came and then I'm not taking too much upon. He didn't try to do none of that. He's like, okay, Okay, because he knew what he was really saying. What he's saying is, Most High not really. He's with us. Just as you're not like he's with us too. Like, why are you leading? Yeah, that's what he's really saying. So that's why Moshe's response was, okay. First he got down on his knees first. So that was very important. He prayed, and the Most High probably gave him what to say. That's why he didn't respond with no debate or nothing. He just said, "Oh, now let's meet tomorrow, and we'll let you we'll prove who the Most High is with. Since y'all, I guess y'all think, oh, this is me. You know, y'all don't believe it was the Most High. Y'all think this was all me. Okay, let's prove, and we'll see who the Most High is with. Let's meet here tomorrow." So this was similar with that's Amber. That's Amber. That's the doing great exploits. See, we're in a time. So when the awakening first started, somebody had a dream that kind of was looking at that. But when the awakening first started, it was all about debate. It was about, no, we really are the children of Israel. You got the other nations. No, how? When you have the people over there in Israel, you know, we support Israel. You know, no, we the real Israelites. Come on, I know you guys have the hard history and stuff, but come on. And so then you would be trying to explain and show them the history, and they'll debating each people back and forth, trying to prove and show, because, you know, when you first wake up, you're like, man, it's so clear. It's right here. Oh, surely if I show people this, they're gonna see it like I did. Nah. And that's where the debate starts, because you're trying to show people. You think they're going to see it like you did. And then when they reject you, then you're like, oh, nah, well, woo. Because people, they take, especially if you're going against their worldview, they'll take that as rejection. They'll take that as an offense, because their worldview a lot of times is attached to them. So now it's like you're trying to come at them. That's the way they look at it. So that's why a lot of times I turn into a debate. But the reason why I'm bringing all that up is because this is the transition. We're not debating anymore. Now, we might have discussions and things like that, you know. But my point is, it's just basically like, man, Yahuwah's going to show who he's with. You know, right now, Most High is making it evident who he's with. The Most High is making it evident who the children of Israel are. He's showing people through signs, wonders, through power. The nations who are realizing who we are, the other nations, they're realizing it through revelation, not through debate. Through the Ruach. I'll give you an example, like in the Brit Hadashah with the centurion, I believe. When Peter went to his house, he had a dream. It was a revelation, how he knew to get with Peter, Kepha. Now, he was what they would call a God-fearer. You know, he was somebody who already knew who the people were. But what I'm saying is, revelation is how it's going to happen. To where you don't got to debate. You're bringing the word out, and they just gonna receive it. They're going to be like, man, because it ain't nothing really but confirmation for what the Most High already showed them. That's called revelation. You're not going to be able to debate nobody through into no revelation. It don't work like that. It just don't. It just don't, fam. It don't. It's the days of Elijah, Eliyahu. How did Eliyahu was living in Israel when everybody was worshiping Baal? How was Eliyahu able to get the whole nation to turn around? He did. He's known for turning the hearts of the fathers back to the sons and the hearts of the sons back to the fathers. Remember, we talked about what that really means. That means rebuilding families, but that also means returning people back to their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. See what I'm saying? Waking people up, basically, is what that means as well. How did Elijah do that? When everybody started worshiping the Lord, Baal. Because y'all know Baal means Lord. Basically, the church took over Israel at one point in time. How was Elijah able to come and change everybody around and wake everybody up? It wasn't through no debate, was it? He said, okay, come on, we're going to see who Yahuwah with. If he talked to everybody, we're not going to debate. Look, if Baal is Yahuwah, serve him. But if Yahuwah is Yahuwah, serve him. We going to see. That's it. That was it. This is the days we in. That's what's happening. Yeah. Yeah. And the same, yeah, this is where we at now. It's past Shavuot. It's time now. We in the days of Eliyahu. Where it ain't gonna be nothing but people just gonna see because the Most High is gonna be manifesting himself through this Kodashim. Y'all are gonna be in situations to where the Most High gonna have y'all give people a word or something. Or y'all might be somewhere, look, this is real. You might be at work and someone might get overtaken by a ruach. Oh, oh, what you gonna do? For real. Who gonna be able to do something about that? It ain't you. Will be the only person who will be able to do something about that in that whole place, because there's only certain places where the power of Yahuwah's at. And it's with rebirth. We know it's with rebirth. I'm sure there's other places, but we know it's with, who else gonna be able to do something about that? You at your job, somebody get overtaken by a ruach. They foaming at the mouth and falling out and doing seizures or something. Everybody's trying to see what to do and call the ambulance or something. You know, all they're gonna do is give them a shot, dope them up on some sedatives and stuff, and put them somewhere. That's all they're gonna do. And you know what it is. You're, oh yeah, man, that's, you know, like, oh yeah, that's a ruach, man. He got some unclean ruachs in him. You the only person that can do something. What you gonna do? Oh snap! Oh snap! Yeah, you're gonna have to bring that out. It might be. Now, every time you see somebody overtaken by a ruach, that don't mean you do something now. But it might be that time when Yahuwah wants you to handle that. It might be the time when Yahuwah wants you to handle that one, though. And everybody's going crazy. Oh, man, call the police, call the ambulance. And you sitting there calm. You like, yeah, y'all just hold on real quick. You calm. Hold on. Look him in the eye and tell that thing to come out. And then that thing come out, and all of a sudden he threw. And now everybody's looking at you. Like, what in the world? Oh, my goodness. I've never seen anything like that, ever. Oh, my goodness. So what's the name of that place that you congregate at again? For real? Now, that's the time we in, though. Y'all hear me? That's the time we in. The Most High might purposely have you in a situation where you're going to be that person. Well, you'll be sitting with somebody on a bus or something, or on a plane or whatever, and the Most High all of a sudden give you a vision about the dude next to you. You're supposed to give him that word. Hey, are you, hey, look, I don't know you. But hey, if you dealing in adultery, you need to stop. You need to stop, because there's gonna be some consequences. And that dude be like, "Hey man, who are you, man? What in the world? Hey man, don't tell my wife, man. What? Hey, look. How could you know that? How could you know that? I'm telling you, that's what we in. What do y'all think all them impartations was about? What do y'all think all them impartations, all that stuff? And y'all don't realize this stuff finna start manifesting. It already been manifested, actually. Y'all gonna be hearing more. I've been hearing more. So I know y'all gonna be. I know. I've been hearing more like a mug. Been hearing all kind of stuff. Exercise those gifts, though. If the vision comes, that's how you know you're probably supposed to say something to that person. Be bold, be real. This is the days we in. Hallelujah. Some of those people are going to turn over and serve Yahuwah just because of that experience for the rest of their life. Some of them people, that's going to change the rest of their life just because of that experience. That's why it's important that you do those things, even when it's out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you're going to get rejected, though. Sometimes you'll do something like that and they'll reject you. But it's okay. As long as you're obedient to the Most High, ain't tripping. You just got to do what he said. Let's keep going. We're going to skim through the rest of this.
Numbers chapter 16, verse 4. So when Moshe heard it, he fell on his face. And he spoke to Korah and all his company, saying, tomorrow morning the Yahuwah will show you who is his and who is Kodesh, and will cause him to come near to him. The one whom he chooses, he will cause to come near to him. Do this. Take censers, Korah and all your company. Put fire in them and put incense in them before Yahuwah tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom Yahuwah chooses is the Kodesh one. You take too much upon yourselves, you sons of Levi.
All right, so that's the big test. Moshe's like, okay, all right. Y'all think y'all think, okay. Well, let's do this. Tomorrow y'all take census. That's the ultimate setup. Because in the early books of Numbers, the Most High already said that no one who is not sons of Aaron can take census and go inside the tabernacle. That any outsider would be put to death. That was already established in the earlier books, chapters of Numbers. I think it was like Numbers 1, Numbers 3. And so it's like a trap. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you want to do what I'm doing. Okay, let's meet tomorrow. You get your census, and we'll go and we'll see who the Most High is with then. Let's do that. We'll see who was with. So it seemed like some of them really fell for it, which is wild. Let's keep going. That's wild. But that's what pride will do, though. That's what pride will do, boy. Let's keep going.
Verse 8. Then Moshe said to Korah, hear now, you sons of Levi. Is it a small thing to you that the Yahuwah of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel?
Hey, listen, this is something that y'all, this is a question to ask all of y'all. Ask it, say it again. This is what Moshe asked Korah. We asking y'all this too.
Verse 9. Is it a small thing to you that the Yahuwah of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel to bring you near to himself?
Because this was a small thing to them, that they were separated in Kodesh, in a part of the Kodesh assembly. In other words, they made the assembly common. Why do you think Moshe asked him, man, is it a small thing that the Yahuwah of Israel has separated you from the assembly of Israel to bring you near to himself, to do the work of the tabernacle of Yahuwah and to stand before the congregation to serve him, serve them? Like, man, you trying to do what I'm doing? That's because he's not content. He took the assembly as common. He took the function that the Most High had him in as common. Don't take this as common. That's what causes you to veer into not being content, veer into being dissatisfied, veer into being delusional, and veer into being a rebel. Let's keep going.
Verse 10. And that he has brought you near to himself, you and all your brethren, the sons of Levi, with you.
The Most High has brought y'all near to himself. Y'all felt his ruach. Y'all literally, everybody in here done been through deliverance. The Most High has freed you from stuff. He's released things from you. All of y'all in here, the Most High has imparted. He came near to you. So how would you take that as common? That's exactly what Korah did. He took it as common. He was there. He was from the first generation, so he was there when the Most High split the sea for him. All that. And set him apart as the Levites. Is it a small thing that Yahuwah had already done these things for you, man? Keep going.
And are you seeking the priesthood also? Verse 11. Therefore, you and all your company are gathered together against Yahuwah.
Against Moshe?
Against Yahuwah.
But who were they talking to, though? They weren't talking to Yahuwah the whole time, were they? They talked to Moshe. So Moshe is trying to actually help him out. Hey, man, I know you think you're talking to me. I know we first cousins. I know, to me, I'm pretty normal to you because we might have grew up together for a while. I lived together for a while. But no, man, you coming against Yahuwah right now. That wasn't my call. Keep going.
And what is Aharon that you complain against him?
Y'all see this? He said, what is Aharon that you complain against him? I'll tell you what is Aharon. Hey, man, you be showing favoritism to him, man. He should have been cut off with them other thousands of it was Levi who went up and cut down those 3,000 people. Korah might have been one of those dudes with the sword. And he probably was like, man, hold on. What about Aaron? Hold on, fam. Moshe like, no, cut down the other 3,000. All right, but what about him? He was the one who made the golden calf. Hey, man, just do what I said, man. And he was like, all right, and he handled business, but had that in his heart that whole time. Had that in his heart was bitterness in his heart. Envy, refuse in his belly. That whole time and it's bubbling up. And he already famous. Like, man, look, I speak better than Moshe. My lessons be better than his. Moshe don't even speak well, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, most I speak to all of us. And Aharon, he done made the golden calf. How he still leading over us? Man, this dude that made the golden calf, man. For real. Y'all got to see how you can't lean on your own understanding. I can't emphasize this more, man. Because 99% of the people in that same situation would have been with Korah and them. They would have been rolling with them on this, man. Korah could have made a thub case that could have turned the whole nation against Moshe. He could have made a thub case. I mean, it was sounded thub. It wasn't thub at all, but I mean, that sounds thub if you're not submitted. I'll put it that way. If you submit it to Yahuwah, you're going to roll with whatever the people Yahuwah set up roll with, even if it don't make sense to you. Hey, I hear you, but, man, look, Yahuwah set up this ark, man. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. Man, let's keep going. Verse 12. That's why Moshe was like, Moshe, he was so humble. He had a hard time realizing, man, when you're dealing with real rebels, man, why are you coming against Aaron, man? He ain't do nothing. This dude is jealous of him, Moshe. This dude wanted to see him cut down. This dude feel like you showing favoritism. Keep going.
Verse 12. And Moshe sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab. But they said, we will not come up.
Hey, look. When they said we will not come up, I know sometimes we can look at the King James and think they had said it like that. No, they was, I pictured them coming at him with an attitude. Like, we ain't coming up there, man. What? No. Because Moshe was the one who made the call. It's just like this. It's like this. This is basically what it's like. Somebody come up to you and they like, hey, man, why you think you are that? Man, we could do the same thing you doing. And then your response is, yeah, I'm not finna go back and forth with you about that, man. Let's go outside and put on the gloves. For real. Look, I'm not even gonna go back. Let's just throw hands. I'm not the talking type. Come on. There, the Reubenites is like, nah. Oh, well, what? You had an issue with me? What's good then? You had an issue with me? No, I'm not finna do that. No. Well, shut up. Be quiet. Be quiet. Now, Korah was different. He was like, okay, let's do it. That's how prideful he was. Moshe, okay, come on, let's go outside, let's get the census. Korah like, all right, bet. Yeah, bet. Them other dudes was like, man, we ain't finna do that, man. They was semi-smart, but it was too late though. Yahuwah was done. It was too late by the time Yahuwah was done. Let's keep going.
Verse 13. Is it a small thing that you have brought us up out of the land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in this wilderness?
Okay, so y'all got to listen to how they're talking. So he's trying to debate now. Because remember, what did Moshe say? He said, is it a small thing that that Yahuwah had set you apart in this assembly and called you to serve him and to be near to him as the Levites and to serve in the tabernacle? So Dathan and them, their response is they're trying to say this, it's an argument. That's why he's saying the same thing Moshe said. He said, is it a small thing that you brought us up out of the land flowing with milk and honey? You see how delusional that is? The land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness? That's how you know this was about all the people that got cut off. Why they think he gonna kill them in the wilderness? No. You mad because your homeboys and stuff got killed in the golden calf incident. You probably was cool with, y'all probably thought, Nadab and Abihu were cool. Nadab and Abihu were cool. We used to post up and sip. Yeah, we used to post up and sip, man. Had the yayin going. They done killed him. The dude with the sticks, everybody used to rock with him, and he used to make the cold staffs. Everybody used to rock with him. It wasn't nothing wrong with that dude. Was faithful to the Most High, man. He made one mistake. You killed him, Moshe. You got your people to come and stone him to death. But your boy Aaron made a whole golden calf and he threw. Like what? Nah, man, this is trash. Nah, you brought us out here to get us cut down in the wilderness. Everybody dying. That's how it is, though. That's how it is, man. That's how it is. Let's keep going.
Verse 13. Is it a small thing that you have brought us up out of the land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in this wilderness, that you should keep acting like a prince over us?
Remember, that's not seed too. The cloud. Remember, like Yahushua was talking about that. Let's keep going. Verse 14.
Verse 14. Moreover, you have not brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, nor given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Will you put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up.
You get what he's saying? Like, bro, we not blind, man. All the stuff you said that was, yeah, like what you gonna put people's eyes out of something? Everything you said was happening, gonna happen, ain't happen. We ain't in no land of milk and honey. Ain't nobody got no inheritance. We 10 years in, 20 years in. Like, the promised land right over there. Like, we could get over there in 12 days. Let somebody else leave. We'll be in the promised land by now. Like, we are not coming with you. How the Most High with you when the stuff you said was going to happen ain't happened yet? Y'all see that? When the Most High was all the way with Moshe, all the way. But because it ain't happened at the time you think it should happen, now you're trying to second guess Yahuwah with the people he set up. Yeah.
I'll be quick. This is just so on point because this is where we are as an assembly. Like, I know we read these things and we be like, oh, man, I can't believe Korah did that. And we'll make light of it. But do y'all realize in Numbers 14, they had just went up to the promised land and got the brakes beat off of them? Numbers 14. So what Moshe said, man, this stuff real, man. Like, these are our people. Like, what he's saying is just so on point. I just wanted to add, man, please hear this. Hear this, because this is what we're going to be dealing with. And I know you be like, no, I would never do that. But some of us still holding on to Babylon. They said it's the land of milk and honey. And we think that. Pay attention, y'all. I'm talking to myself, too.
I just want to put it into better terms. So in Hebrew culture, y'all know a lot of times your first cousins are the ones you grow up with, so they're more like siblings. So it was more so like him coveting Aharon's position. Yeah.
Calm. He was coveting Moshe position too, but especially Aharon, because he was trying to be that man. Offer up that incense. He wanted to offer up that censer. Okay, let's do that. All right. So what does the censer represent? The incense. The prayers of the people. The prayers. The incense represents prayers. So you wanted to be the one to be able to go before the Most High and present the prayers. You have to offer up. So Nadab and Abihu, what were they offering? What were they doing when they got killed by the Most High? Did anybody remember? Oh, we know that. No, but let's get specifics. No, you said the first part right. All right, give her the mic.
They were offering incense.
Did y'all hear that? Nadab and Abihu. Do you know what they did when they got killed by the Most High? They had a censer, and they were trying to offer up incense. No, they weren't trying to take the place of Moshe. They actually was doing what they were supposed to do, because they were sons of Aaron, but they just didn't do it right. Go ahead.
They were supposed to wait for the fire from the Shamayim to come down.
So the fire from the Shamayim, that's close. The fire from the Shamayim did come on, but they started their own fire. But the point is that when they got killed, you know what they were doing when they got killed? They took a censer and they were trying to offer up incense. That's all the point I was trying to make with Nadab and Abihu. It's the same thing that they're doing. So it's interesting that Moshe was like, oh, okay. Oh, y'all want to be like us? Let's get a censer and let's put fire on it. Now y'all kind of see what Moshe was doing. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all playing around. Y'all going to mess. Man, Most High finna deal with y'all. Most High finna deal with y'all just like Nadab and Abihu, basically. Let's keep going.
Verse 15. Then Moshe was very angry and said to Yahuwah, do not respect their offering. I have not taken one donkey from them, nor have I hurt one of them.
So you see what Moshe said? Moshe set them up, man. He like, yeah, and Yahuwah, don't receive this offering. I ain't did nothing to them, man. That's what he means by I ain't take one donkey or hurt them. I ain't did nothing to them. I ain't do nothing but love this dudes, man. Korah, man, I remember, hey, Most High, I remember when Korah didn't have no shirt, I gave him the shirt off my back, man. I mean, I made sure when Korah, man, when his Isha had the baby, man, I made sure, man, Korah's Isha and their other siblings were through. I had them go stay over Lil Duty and them so they could be through, and I made sure they had food and everything so they could have set apart time with each other while they had their new baby. Most High, I covered them. I ain't did nothing to them wrong. Always been there, tried to be there for them, always served them. And they come at me like this right now. It be the ones that you do the most for. I'm telling you, I bet you Moshe did, because that was his first cousin too. I bet Moshe did all kind of stuff for him. That's why he started taking Moshe as common on that level. I bet Moshe did all kind of stuff for them, man. For Korah especially. I don't know about the other dudes. So that's why that's probably why he was so angry. That's probably why he was so angry. Verse 16.
Verse 16. And Moshe said to Korah, tomorrow you and all your company be present before Yahuwah, you and they as well as Aharon. Let each take his censer and put incense in it. And each of you bring his censer before Yahuwah. 250 censers, both you and Aharon, each with his censer. So every man took his censer, put fire in it, laid incense on it, and stood at the door of the tabernacle of meeting with Moshe and Aharon.
So basically what they're about to do is, Moshe set them up for real. Basically, he had them offer up strange fire, y'all. He had them offer up strange fire. Like Ema was bringing up, they probably didn't get the fire the right way. They probably didn't do none of that stuff. Oh, man. Well, yeah, you supposed to be me. Yeah. He had all of them go and offer up strange fire, y'all. They should have known better. They saw what happened to Nadab and Abihu. But they thought probably Moshe did that. Moshe had that happen. It was Moshe's fault. Let's keep going.
Verse 18. So every man took his censer, put fire in it, laid incense on it, and stood at the door of the tabernacle of meeting with Moshe and Aharon. And Korah gathered all the congregation against him at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. Then the kabod of Yahuwah appeared to all the congregation. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and Aharon, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. Then they fell on their faces and said, O Eluah, the Eluah of the Ruachs of all flesh, shall one man sin, and you be angry with all the congregation?
So, listen, y'all. Y'all got to hear this, man. Y'all got to hear The Most High was finna take everybody out again. I think this might have been the second or third time. I think it's the third time. The Most High was going to take out everybody. And so Moshe, he went and he interceded again. Keep going.
Verse 23. So Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, speak to the congregation, saying, get away from the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram.
So I'll say this. The Most High probably was ready to take everybody out because everybody was rolling with Korah, y'all. They were rebels, man. They was rolling with Korah. Let's keep going.
Verse 25. Then Moshe rose and went to Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spoke to the congregation, saying, depart now from the tents of these wicked men. Touch nothing of theirs, lest you be consumed in all their sins.
Oh, man, but man, you being controlling. You telling them to separate from the rebels? Don't be associating with them. Oh, man, you're trying to tell me what I'm supposed to talk to. I hang out with. I mean, for real. The Most High said, don't even be around their tents. Don't be even close to them. Don't touch none of their stuff. Like, stay from around them. Y'all got to listen, y'all. Y'all got to hear this. Because I know sometimes you'll be like, well, I ain't doing nothing. That's on them. If I want to hang out with them a little bit or whatever, I'm doing the right thing. You see right here in the Torah, the Most High, like, you could be righteous, but if you're around them, you'll get caught up with them. Collateral damage. Let's keep going.
Verse 27. So they got away from around the tents of Korah.
So they wasn't playing. They got from around them, though. They listened to that, though. They got from around them, fam.
Verse 27. So they got away from around the tent.
Man.
Verse 27. So they got away from around the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the door of the tents with their wives, their sons, and their little children. And Moshe said, by this you shall know that Yahuwah has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own will.
Man, so many times I had to say that. Keep going.
If these men die naturally like all men, or if they are visited by the common fate of all men, then Yahuwah has not sent me. But if Yahuwah creates a new thing, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them up with all that belongs to them, and they go down alive into the pit, then you will understand that these men have rejected Yahuwah. Now it came to pass, as he finished speaking all these words, that the ground split apart under them, and the earth opens its mouth and swallowed them up with their households, and all the men of Korah with all their goods.
Yeah, so you saw the earth respond. The earth responded and swallowed them up. Their households, all the men of Korah with all their goods. Verse 33.
Verse 33. So they and all those who with them went down alive into the pit. And the earth closed over them.
Then the earth closed over them. Oh, snap. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because you can explain the earth splitting. Oh, man, maybe it was a major earthquake. Then it said the earth closed back over them, fam. And they heard the screams. Y'all got to remember how many, that was several people. You could imagine the screams, y'all. Man. Keep going.
Verse 33. So they and all those with them went down alive into the pit. The earth closed over them, and they perished from among the assembly. Then all Israel who were around them fled at their cry.
At their what?
At their cry.
Man, I'm telling you. You can imagine the screams. Keep going.
For they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. And the fire came out from Yahuwah and consumed the 250 men who were offering incense.
So the Most High wasn't done. Then he pulled in that. Then those who were offering incense, he pulled a Nadab and Abihu on them. Fire from the Shamayim came and consumed them. Fire from Yahuwah, which was probably from the Shamayim, came and consumed them. The same thing that happened to Nadab and Abihu when they were offering up incense, right? So Nathan and Abiram and them, I don't know what they name. Nathan, Abiram, and Dotan and them, they wouldn't go up and offer up incense. So the Most High like, okay, y'all just don't be by their tents. And he had the earth open up and swallow them. And then everybody who was powerful enough to try to go and offer up incense, he had fire come down and consume them. That's stuff wild. Keep going.
Verse 36. Then Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, tell Eleazar, the son of Aharon, the priest, to pick up the censers out of the blaze, for they are Kodesh, and scatter the fire some distance away.
So there go Eleazar having to do some work again. There you go. When his brother and them had got killed, remember he was the one, it was Eleazar and Ithamar, they had to pick up the clothes, pick up his brothers, Nadab and Abihu, by the garments and put them outside the camp. They had to do their work, the aftermath. So here we go again. Eleazar doing the work, working on the aftermath of everything. This time it's just Eleazar though. Let's keep going.
Verse 38. The censers of these men who sinned against their own souls, let them be made into hammered plates as a covering for the altar.
Y'all see this? It says here that they sinned against their own nefesh. They sinned against their own self. It's like they killed themselves. It's like doing that, man. That's like suicide. What are you doing? Let's keep going.
Because they presented them before Yahuwah, therefore they are Kodesh, and they shall be assigned to the children of Israel. So Eleazar the priest took the bronze censers, which those who were burnt up had presented, and they were hammered out as a covering on the altar, to be a memorial to the children of Israel, that no outsider who is not a descendant of Aharon should come near to offer incense before Yahuwah, that he might not become like Korah and his companions, just as Yahuwah had said to him through Moshe.
All right, hold on, man. Let me see something here. So that's interesting that the censers are bronze. That's interesting, y'all. I'm gonna have to look back at that and go back to that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the altar on the outside is bronze, so it makes sense. The altar incense is gold, but maybe they have it covered the altar on the outside. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, the altar burnt offering was bronze, not brass, bronze. Yeah, that's the bronze altar. Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Verse 41. On the next day, all the congregation of the children of Israel complained against Moshe and Aharon.
Y'all see this? Now you see why the Most High was ready to take everybody out in the beginning? So the next day, what happened? The whole assembly, the whole nation was complaining against Moshe and Aharon. Why do you think they were complaining against Moshe and Aharon? I'm telling y'all, they all looked at all these cut-ins that happened. They looked at that Moshe was doing all this. For real. This is your fault. You doing all this, man. You being extra, man. Korah was cool. Korah was cool. Like, dang, everybody like Korah, man. Korah had good points, though. And he used to give chicken to the babies. He used to give chicken to the children every third Yom Rishon. Man, look, them rebels, boy, they skilled at manipulating, boy. They'll be kissing babies all day, man. They'll do it. They'll do it for years. Give a lot of gifts. They'll do it for years and win everybody over. And then that's when they ready for their big rebellion. For real. For real. There were people in here that were full-blown rebels. I didn't know it. Doing all that. It's called flattery. Yeah, when that's happening, it's not real. It's not authentic. It's to try this. When the goal is manipulation, that's sorcery. That's flattery. That's witchcraft. Giving is a through thing when you're doing it with the right heart. When it's to serve Yahuwah and to serve the people, that pleases the Most High. But when it's to manipulate people and to win people over, that does not, because that's called flattery. It's a thin line, man. Thin line. That's why you always got to check your heart with everything. Let's keep going.
Verse 41. On the next day, all the congregation of the children of Israel complained against Moshe and Aharon, saying, "You have killed the people of Yahuwah." What? You have killed the people of Yahuwah.
So Yahuwah didn't do that. Fire came from the Shamayim consumed. They said, you did this. This is real, y'all. This is real. Yeah, I've been through this a lot. I've been through this several times. For real. This is real. This is Yahuwah. See, we're still Babylonian minded, and we expect stuff to be like church. But what we're doing is this. We're doing the scriptures. And when you read the scriptures, Yahuwah cuts off. Look, he cuts people off. He does. He does. He does. He does. He does. Every time people gather and he had a Kodesh assembly, there were all kind of people he cut off. I think every single time. I'm trying to think. There was any time where he didn't. Every single time. The assembly in the wilderness. You read the Judges. You think about when they were a nation. He was always doing that. Then you go into Brit Hadashah, when the apostles got together. You had stuff like what happened with Ananias and Sapphira. Like this, what scriptures are you reading? This is Yahuwah. This is the Eluah we serve. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's important that you serve him, that you don't look. Yahuwah's making a call, not me. So you can look real good in front of everybody, but if you're moving wrong in secret, if you're moving crazy in secret, the Most High knows. What do we sing? Trust in him. If you know you're not doing nothing, you through. You know you're not moving crazy. You know, think about it in your secret times. Most High look at all that. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can trick us. We think you just been through. You can't trick Yahuwah. You can't manipulate Yahuwah. You can't gaslight Yahuwah. You can't do none of that. You can't outgive Yahuwah. That won't change nothing if you're moving in iniquity. Yahuwah sees all. Let's keep going.
Verse 42. Now it happened, when the congregation had gathered against Moshe and Aharon, that they turned toward the tabernacle of meeting, and suddenly the cloud covered it, and the kabod.
Keep going.
And the kabod of Yahuwah appeared. Then Moshe and Aharon came before the tabernacle of meeting. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, Get away from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. And they fell on their faces. So Moshe said to Aharon, Take a censer and put fire in it from the altar. Put incense on it, and take it quickly to the congregation and make atonement for them. For wrath has gone out from Yahuwah, and plague has become.
So they all mad at Moshe and Aharon. They all coming at him, and Moshe is steadily praying for them, interceding for them. The people that turned on him. People that straight turned on him. Well, he ain't did nothing to them. We're just trying to serve the Most High. Let's keep going.
Verse 47. Then Aharon took it as Moshe commanded, and ran into the midst of the assembly. And already the plague had begun among the people. So he put it in the incense and made atonement for the people. And he stood between the dead and the living, so the plague was stopped. Now those who died in the plague were 14,700, besides those who died in the Korah incident. So Aharon returned to Moshe at the door of the tabernacle of meeting, for the plague had stopped.
Said he made atonement for them by taking the censer and going into the middle of the congregation. He stood between the dead and the living. 14,700 people were killed in this, y'all. Man, the children of Israel were deep there, man. The Most High, man, he's shaving down them numbers. He's shaving down them numbers, man. Say it again. Oh, 70. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, man. He cut down them numbers in the wilderness like a mud, like a lot. Thousands of people, man. Thousands of people. But this is the amber. This is the amber, y'all. It's when the Most High shows clearly who he's with by making a distinction, and then you see a lot of times judgment comes after that. So what happened with Elijah's situation? Elijah, Yahuwah showed who he was with, right? Yahuwah showed he was with Elijah. He showed he came and he responded to Elijah. And then what happened after that? Elijah went and cut down like 400 Israelites. Wasn't it 400? It was a lot of them. It was hundreds of them. Yeah, 400, wasn't it? The prophets of Baal. So let's go to the next chapter, y'all. We almost done. We wrapping it up. All right. So the Most High atoned for all the Israelites, y'all. So 14,000 still got killed, though. Almost 15,000. But at least it wasn't all 3 million or something. So, you know, all praise to the Most High. We still got the mishpaka, okay? Y'all, I bet Moshe was like, look, man, look, y'all, look. Just chill, okay? Chill. Look, just chill. So let's see what Yahuwah does next after this happens. So right now, because it ain't over, you think that stopped the people? They probably even more worried now. Man, we stuck in this situation with this dude, man. He's wicked, man. This dude, Moshe, man, he killed and he brought us all the way out to this wilderness to get killed. Everybody's dying. Everybody's getting killed out here, man. It's only a matter of time before that happened to somebody, one of us. So what does Yahuwah do? We need another leader. We need another leader. Let's start. Okay, number 17. Let's go.
Number 17, verse 1. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, speak to the children of Israel, and get from them a rod from each father's house, all their leaders according to their father's houses, 12 rods. Write each man's name on his rod. And you shall write Aharon's name on the rod of Levi, for there shall be one rod for the head of each father's house. Then you shall place them in the tabernacle of meeting before the testimony where I meet with you. And it shall be that the rod of the man whom I choose will blossom. Thus I will rid myself of the complaints of the children of Israel, which they make against you. So Moshe spoke to the children of Israel, and each of their leaders gave him a rod apiece. For each leader according to their father's houses, 12 rods. And the rod of Aharon was among the rods. And Moshe placed the rods before Yahuwah in the tabernacle of witness. Now it came to pass on the next day that Moshe went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aharon of the house of Levi had sprouted and put forth buds, had produced blossoms, and yielded ripe almonds.
Man, we talked about this a while ago. So the Most High is proving over and over again, this is who I'm with. These are the leaders I have set up. This is who I'm with. This is who I set up to lead. Keep going.
Then Moshe brought out all the rods from before Yahuwah to all the children of Israel. And they looked, and each man took his rod. And Yahuwah said to Moshe, bring Aharon's rod back before the testimony, to be kept as a sign against the rebels, that you may put their complaints away from me, lest they die. Thus did Moshe, just as Yahuwah had commanded him, so he did. So the children of Israel spoke to Moshe, saying, surely we die, we perish, we all perish. Whoever comes near the tabernacle of Yahuwah must die. Shall we all utterly die?
See? I told you they was thinking that for real. You just had 14,700 just get cut down. Some of them was probably their friends, family members, all kind of stuff, family, kin folks, whatever. Then you had, Korah, who they thought, see, and you got to understand, they probably thought these dudes were faithful. They probably thought these dudes were Kodesh. They probably thought these dudes had the Ruach, so that's really scary. Oh, snap, Korah was way more righteous than me, and he got killed? Man, he was one of the Levites who used to work the tabernacle. I'm just over here, man. I just be, and he didn't make it? Oh, snap, we finna all get cut down. Ain't nobody finna make it. Because Korah was really looked at as a legitimate leader of the nation. They thought he was righteous. They thought the Most High was with him. All that stuff. He was a musician. He was a musician. The reason why we know that is because his sons didn't get killed, and they ended up writing several of the Psalms. The sons of Korah. The descendants of Korah, they were all musicians. You know a lot of times that stuff runs through the bloodline. I'll give you an example. Y'all see Zakim? And then y'all see Zakim's granddaughter. Zakim play, I'm telling you, Zakim strum that guitar now. Look here. The way he strummed that guitar, there ain't too many people strum that guitar like that, though. I'm just saying. I don't know too many people that strum the guitar like that naturally. Yeah, as Zakim, how he learned. Oh, man, I just teach myself. I just taught myself. He taught himself how to do that. That's a natural musical ability. You know they have something that's called the Korah harp? It's literally called that. It's a West African, where the Israelites at? We know for sure that a large portion of the people in West Africa are Israelites. We know that for sure. That's where we came from. There's a instrument out there called the Korah harp. Did y'all see the dude who got one in the Dallas tribe? He likes to play it. It's literally in West Africa called a Korah harp. That's probably very close or exactly the same harp or instrument that the children of Korah would play while they're doing the Psalms. Dawood used to play the harp. Y'all think it was that same harp we be seeing where it's got the big on the cartoons, the big thing, and it's like this big, and they're like, no. So y'all got to remember that the King James were in England, and so they'll see words and they'll be translating, and they try to do the best. They try to translate it the best way that they know, and a lot of times it's according to their culture. They ain't know what no Korah harp was back then in the 1600s in England. Well, no such thing as that. So that's a harp. They think it's the big thing that they from Europe, the big thing. But no, you got the Korah harp. That's probably the closest to what that was, that Dawood played. You see what I'm saying? Because we know that Dawood wrote many Psalms, and we know that actually Dawood set up the sons of Korah to actually, he had set them up to do music and to play music during the time of the tabernacle of Dawood during his kingship, leadership. He set up all kind of Levites who their main ministry was music. And so when David was playing the harp, it was probably something more similar to the Korah harp. Korah descendants might have been the ones to even invent that instrument. For real. But it's something about musicians that they're a lot of times the most inclined to lead a rebellion. Number one, musicians are usually the most influential. Some of the most influential people in Babylon are the musicians. Think about it. Steve Jobs is not one of the most influential people. I know he's super rich and he's way richer than most musicians. He's not the most influential person in America. Oh, he's the one that's, oh, my bad. Let's think of somebody alive. Michael Dell, let's say that. He's a multi-billionaire. You would think he would be super influential. Bill Gates, let's say that. They're not that influential compared to the musicians. Not compared to the musicians. Think about it. Think about it. Who makes when you look at the children and how they dress, where they get that from? When they wear their shoes, when they wear their clothes, the way they talk, where they get that from? Yeah. They get that from the musicians. You know why? Because music is one of the most influential tools in the world. The music was designed by the Most High. It was made for you to worship him through. So music goes in you. That's why the musicians can use that to literally hypnotize and influence masses. To look like them, to dress like them, to act like them, and to talk like them. And to be like them. You'll be trying to be like the rapper you listen to before you even know it, before you even realize that you're dressing like this dude. Korah was a musician, and Korah was probably like a head musician out there. He probably was like a top musician out there. Y'all know who else was a musician? Yeah, ASAP was too. Hasatan, who said that? Yeah, Hasatan. He had it said he was skilled with the instruments and stuff like that. Yeah. Like the way the wording is, it's almost like he was an instrument. Hasatan was like the top dog musician in the Shamaim, man. And Hasatan led a whole rebellion. Try to do what? Lead a rebellion against the Most High. What did Korah do? He tried to lead a rebellion against the Most High. That's why, music is it's something to that music, man. Especially if you're really through at it. It can cause you to get puffed up really quick, and it can cause you to rebel against Yahuwah if it's not with the right ruach. That's why every time we're dealing with music, we always, y'all know that the Melakim, y'all know Reba really always try to make sure they're being extra diligent about making sure that the musicians are moving with the right ruach before they get on the microphone and stuff, because, boy, that can switch up. That can switch up. That can switch up. All right, let's keep going.
We're in Numbers 18.
Rebirth of a nation. Hebrew kingdom building.